is NBC 10 News at 6.
Right now at 6, trouble with traffic in the Garden District has many residents uprooting the issue at hand and what's being done to reduce potential danger. And the search for a suspect in a fatal Dorado shooting ends with 2 arrests. Who's behind bars and what charges they face. Plus, a bill in the works to protect children from sex offenders. We've got the details out of Arkansas on what's being proposed. Thanks for joining us. I'm Natasha Williams. Gordon is off this week. Topping our news at 6, speeding, crashes, and a high volume of traffic. Residents in the Garden District have formed a group to help assist their neighborhood. NBC 10's Bria Jones caught up with a few concerned residents who are taking action. Bria.
Natasha, residents in the Garden District say they are tired of drivers speeding through their historic neighborhood, and they want something done to reduce the number of accidents and the threat of danger to the community.
Bam, bam, bam. One morning, one the next day, and one the next morning.
87-year-old Edna Andley is referring to the 3 wrecks outside her home 2 weeks ago. She's lived at the corner of Rochelle and 3rd for 38 years, an issue her neighbor Yana Giles says led her and others to form the Committee on Traffic.
Every day I look out my window and see people going 30, 40, 50, 60, sometimes faster on this street because there are no barriers.
The group says the high volume of traffic is a danger to the area.
I've had folks tell me that lived in the neighborhood they had to move because they thought it was too dangerous for their children. I've had my next door neighbor almost killed going to retrieve a pet from a street, and a speeder hit them, and they went through terrible rehabilitation and could have died.
They say the city plans to restripe the roads to make the streets more narrow, but they say it'll take more to make drivers follow the speed limit and properly use the stop signs.
Something like speed cushions or speed tables that will make people slow down is really going to be, and stop signs is the only thing that's really going to work.
Antley says she wants action now before the traffic problem turns tragic.
It's dangerous. And I hope I don't see anybody that's killed.
I reached out to City Engineer Kim Golden, who says she's working on a plan and will have more details at a later date. In the studio, Bria Jones, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Thanks a lot, Bria. A shooting in Bastrop has left 2 little girls without their dad. Bastrop police are investigating after 33-year-old Brian Thomas was shot in the back of the head by a stray bullet. Thomas's family says he was standing outside his home in the Eden Apartments. He died after being transported to Morehouse General Hospital. Now his family is left trying to pick up the pieces.
Just called me by myself, and then they let me know we tried to save him. It was disbelief. I'm still can't believe it. I feel like I just stepped outside of my body. Still can't believe it.
Police do not have any leads at this time, but it's an ongoing investigation. We'll keep you up to date on air and on myarklamis.com. 2 people have been arrested in connection with a fatal shooting in El Dorado. 29-year-old Damian Westbrook and 20-year-old Zachary McGee, both charged with first-degree murder and a list of other charges. The shooting happened in the 200 block of Stewart Avenue around 4:30 Sunday evening. 1 person was killed, another person was injured. Police have not released the name of the victims. A state senator is looking to stop level 3 and level 4 offenders from taking photos of children under 14. He tells NBC 10 Sheriff Cobbs it's their duty to protect children from sex offenders.
State Senator Trent Garner is cracking down on sex offenders. He's creating a new bill that could keep level 3 or level 4 offenders from taking pictures of children under 14.
This bill would make it illegal for a registered level 3 or level 4 sex offender to take pictures of underage children under the age of 14 in any kind of setting.
The inspiration behind the bill comes from another state where a sex offender took pictures of children and posted them online, but nothing in the law prevented him from taking photos. Garner says he's received a great response, but some are wondering how this will be distinguished.
It's just going to be behavior. Not every time you take a picture out in public, the cop's going to be called on you. But the examples I've seen in other states, it's very obvious that the pedophile is being perverted, is being creepy, and is having behavior that shows they are doing something outside the norm.
We spoke with 2 mothers who say they agree wholeheartedly.
If they're not allowed to be on school campuses or school grounds or anywhere near kids, they should not be allowed to take pictures as well.
I'm just glad that that senator is actually thinking along those lines, like trying to add that extra bit of protection for our children with sexual offenders than what may already be in place.
And mothers like these 2 said they appreciate someone looking out for their children. Sheriff Cobbs, NBC 10, your local news leader.
The governor says he'll try to run that bill in the 2019 general session. Community members lined up in groups outside the city court waiting to re-enter the building on cue. Sound familiar? If you're thinking a fire drill, sound the alarm, you are correct. The Monroe Fire Department put on their annual city-wide fire drill this morning as one of their Fire Week prevention activities. Public Information Officer Antonio Brown says the drills are used to encourage businesses, schools, families, and churches to have a fire escape plan in place before it's too late.
Fires can happen anywhere and at any time, and when it happens, that's not the time to plan. You already need to have a planned escape route, again, 2 ways out.
The fire department says this week is Fire Prevention Week, and if you don't have a fire safety plan in place, this would be a perfect time to create and practice one. Well, and speaking of drills, if you live near the mall, you may hear a lot of noise and see a lot of flashing lights tonight near the Pecanland Mall. The Monroe Police Department SWAT and bomb squads are holding a crisis response training exercise tonight. That training will be at the mall starting around 9 o'clock. Now, police say the exercise provides valuable training to those teams to make sure they have an effective response in the case of an actual crisis situation. There will be lots of emergency vehicles and equipment at the mall during this time, so remember, don't be alarmed. Well, flying into a storm. A look at how area Air Force hurricane hunters are risking their lives to learn more about Hurricane Michael. And Arkansas first responders are training for a potential man versus machine situation. We'll explain how the preparation can help in times of crisis.
And the cooler and drier weather has finally arrived in the Arklamis after that cold front moved through last night. How long will it be sticking around? I'll have more coming up later in weather, and I'll have an update on Hurricane Michael. You're watching NBC 10 News at 6.
Get the 6-minute advantage with the live Storm Tracker Doppler radar on NBC 10, keeping you and your family safe. Brought to you by E. Orem Young Law, the bankruptcy specialist. Your local news leader is now delivering all the top stories that matter to you in the first 10 minutes of our 10 p.m. newscast. 10 at 10 on 10. 10 minutes of uninterrupted coverage on your local news and weather. 10 at 10 on 10. Give NBC 10 News at 10 10 minutes, and we'll give you the Arklamis.
Footlongs. Just gotta make it what you want.
ASA is moving us in the right direction with Arkansas values and Arkansas common sense. Under Asa Hutchinson's strong leadership, 70,000 new jobs have been created. Income taxes are lower and more tax cuts are on the way. ASA took the bold step to add computer coding in every high school. ASA reformed Medicaid expansion, working with the Trump administration to require those who can to work while receiving benefits. Asa Hutchinson, Governor.
The American dream of home ownership comes true for your family at Magnolia Estates in Vicksburg. With over 60 homes on our lot from 8 manufacturers, we offer luxury that will surprise you. And our homes are the strongest, safest, and the smartest choice on the market. We make your shopping visit pleasurable with paved walkways and heated and air-conditioned homes. And the friendliest sales staff anywhere, serving Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas for over 25 years. Magnolia Estates, Highway 61 South, Vicksburg.
News, sponsored by Calhoun Grocery, your finest meat market.
The Air Force hurricane hunters are actively gathering weather data on Hurricane Michael. Yesterday, the 53rd Weather Reconnaissance Squad, based in Kessler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi, made multiple flights into the storm. And the plane flew directly into Michael, penetrating the hurricane's eye several times per mission. Data from the flights is to relay to the National Weather Center, where it can be used to determine the storm's strength and direction. Members of the Central Arkansas Task Force 1 are busy with machinery training and rescue today. Now, Mashrini Rescue Training of Little Rock, Arkansas is an urban search and rescue team combining 9 emergency response departments ready to respond in cases of emergency from natural disasters to mass casualty events. Today, team members trained on how to respond in industrial workplace accidents such as entrapment, removing and using specialized saws, grinders, cutting and spreading tools to free victims.
Additional training above and beyond the fire suppression and rescue training that they do. Again, should they get one of these situations in their own community, in their own city, they have personnel to get started with. If we need to bring additional resources such as these trucks to assist them, we can.
The Arkansas Department of Emergency Management Coordination, that funding for 20 fire departments and 8 departments to be a part of this machinery rescue class. Well, there's a new top cop in Magnolia, Arkansas. Mayor Parnell Van has elected Captain Todd Dew as the new chief of police for the Magnolia Police Department. Dew is replacing Glenn Maxwell, who gave notice last month that he was retiring. Now, Dew spoke about his outlook as he takes on his new role.
The citizens of Magnolia and Columbia County that show me support, I appreciate it, and I'm trying not to let them down.
Dew began his law enforcement career in 1997. And weather-wise, what a beautiful day to do anything.
Oh, yeah. That cold front moved through last night, just leading to a beautiful day. We have the clouds sticking around for most, but the nice weather is going to be sticking around. You'll be seeing a lot more skies like that in the near future. I'll have more coming up next in weather. You're watching